Interesting. I am live, but all I see is a black screen. So hold on just a second. It is Wing It Wednesday, and we are going to wing it here. If I can figure this out. There we are. I just learned something new. YouTube again is changing things up. So let's get my laptop going and we will get started. I've got a couple different things I'm going to be showing today. And you will also hear my cat. Her name is Fuzzy, and she just gets super jealous when I am talking on the phone or talking to you or anything. She just gets super jealous about that. So let me just grab my laptop here and see if I can see my live. And if I can, I will get started. Hope you're having a great day. Oh, there we are. So I am all set and ready to go. Yeah, I hope you're having a great day. Today's Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. And I've got a couple things I'm going to go through today. I've got a offering, free offering, random drawing offering, I should say, on some designer series sampler charts in my ordering special, and then I'm going to open up my paper pumpkin from February 2025. Haven't opened it up yet. It is called Hello Spring, and I'm ready for spring. It's raining outside. We probably got about 2 feet of snow on the ground, and I hope it all goes away in one day. No, just kidding. Slowly is better, especially because we won't have flooding that way. So all right, let's go over the ordering special. I see I've got some people here, so I'm going to just get started and rock and roll here. My ordering special runs until March 14th, and if you didn't see my live video on Monday, you can go back and look at that. But I used some paper pumpkin refill kits to create very, very basic alternatives. And you can earn one kit of each of these designs. They're super pretty by just placing an order of $35 or more. So you need to use this host code here, which is TJARFGYF. And this only runs until March 14th. So if these kits are something that you want for free, then you'll just need to place a really small order to get them. It's my way of saying thank you for subscribing to me, ordering from me, and you're not going to want to miss these cards. They're super beautiful. Again, they are from a paper pumpkin refill. This one is Happy Birthday. You'll get one of each of these, and I'll show you the kit in just a second. We'll just go over these really super quick. It's a birthday card, but you can use any sentiment that you want. It's a really pretty peony. The panel here is Exposed Brick 3D, and I've got Pretty in Pink panel behind that. So that is card number 1. Card number 2 is a fern card. Again, you can use any sentiment of choice. I added some Old Olive embossed with the Fern 3D and some Mossy Metal panel under that. I'm using all 3 of my most favorite embossing folders for this class. And again, this is just a get well. 3 envelopes will come to you. This little white scallop rectangle is a sticker. It's really, really thick, or not thick, but sticky, and it will not come off that envelope, trust me. And then here's a really pretty raspberry card, a thank you card. I used Daffodil Delight as the back panel and Lemon Lolly, and that is embossed in the Distress Tile 3D. So again, they're blank inside, and there's a nice little piece of vellum underneath. They are made all the same way, so it'll be super easy for you. This is geared more towards a beginner stamper. However, avid stampers will love this as well. The kit comes like, I've got a couple of them here, so let me just pull them out. And so you'll get, it comes like this, just like this in the mail. And let me just open it up. It comes in this little handy cello bag. Make sure you definitely save it for something else. I love to save my cello bags as long as they're in good shape. So I've got packaged in a little Ziploc bag your embellishments, labels, etc. So let's see, we've got some Stampin' Dimensionals. Those are the regular size. I've got some gems, 9 of the gems that will go on each of the 3 cards, so 3 per card. I threw in some mini glue dots in case you need them for the vellum. And then these are extra labels in case you make a big boo-boo, you have something extra to stamp on. So Paper Pumpkin always gives you extra supplies. So I created these kits just for you in mind. So also here are the stickers. They're going to be 3 to 1 sheet. That's how they come. So that's easy for packaging. And then the kits themselves, let's see what this one is. This is the, okay, so that's the berry. So you've got your little sentiment label, you've got your focal points, lemon lolly, daffodil delight, and then you got your card base. All comes in, it's packaged in this envelope so you won't lose the pieces. And then this one here is the fern card, again, packaged the same way. And then lastly, you have the peony card, which is again, packaged the same way. On here, this sheet that's included, it's going to tell you what's in the package of the kits include, and there's going to be 3 kits, and a little blurb on what this class is. If you want to reorder, you're welcome to, and you can use that host code again, and you'll get another set of 3 cards. Craft and Connect written instructions are on the back side, and again, all are assembled the same way. And so really you're stamping your sentiment, and I always add stamp on the back side of your card using personalized stamp and color choice, especially if you are selling them, you want to have that angel policy stamp on the back side. And then it goes into how you adhere all the layers and embellish. And then finally I say, write a message, sign your card, address the envelope, and pop it into the mail to make someone's day. So make sure you are sending out your cards because people do appreciate them. And it just provides a little bit of happy mail for the recipient. So I like the just a note or hello or thinking of you just for something every day to send out. And let me just slide this back in. And then I will add this. I don't want to lose all these parts. So let's get that all back in there. So that's my ordering special. Again, it goes until March 14th. Next up is a giveaway. And I have had these extra set of Designer Series paper charts on my desk for the longest time since my paper share, and I have an extra set, so I want to give these away, and they're all going to be together in one big shipment. So this is kind of how you put them together. I'll put one together so you can see how they are, but this will tell you the Designer Series paper and the sampler, and then the cardstock colors that go with them. Excuse me. And then here's one. Hold on just a second. It's a little bit of dry heat in this house. All right. So hopefully I won't cough again. So then this is Floral Delight. And I'm going to take all the paper clips off and I will label the little Ziploc bags. So each Ziploc bag has a corresponding paper and cardstock colors. I leave it 2 by, I think that was 3 or 4, 2 by 4, so that you can cut them in half, and that way you know what goes with what. It's just much easier to do it that way, then you're not confused, and it's just better. Trust me, it's better that way. So then here's Friends of the Ocean, and you've got all the pieces back here. So I'll put together, let's see, what do I want to put together? I'm going to put together, let's do the Friends of the Ocean because Timeless Plaid actually goes on the back side. There's so many pieces to this one. So I'll just put together the Friends of the Ocean, and then we'll move on to my next project, which, is Paper Pumpkin. All right, so we've got Friends of the Ocean. You'll need a paper trimmer. And I'll just put this over here, and we'll take this out. If you don't know your Stampin' Up! Colors, then you can get out your catalog, or You can ask me, you can go to the Stampin' Up website and pull the designer paper up and look at it that way. But what I like to do is I put them in alphabetical order. So for instance, this is Berry Burst and Calypso Coral. And then we've got Lemon Lime Twist, Melon Mambo, Pumpkin Pie, and Summer Splash. I do not include white because it's pretty obvious it is white. So then what you'll do is you'll take your paper trimmer and we're going to just cut these in half. And let's see, this paper trimmer probably has some adhesive on it. We'll see if I need to change it out. So again, these are 2 by 4 and you're just going to cut them down 2 by 2. That way we've got equal squares. And then what I do is I just put them over here for right now. And then we'll grab the next one, cutting it down from 2 by 4 to 2 by 2. And we'll put that one there. And then this one. Because if I gave you these all in one batch, they'll get mixed up and then you'll get frustrated and you won't know which ones go with which unless you actually have the paper or you go to the website or your catalog. So we'll just keep them that way for you and make it much easier. I like the designer series paper charts because it's an easy way to see what the patterns look like, and also the cardstock colors too. It helps me design my classes. So once you have it all laid out here, I'm going to figure out what side is the best side for the front side, because sometimes it doesn't look very good. So for instance, let's take a look at this one here. We've got a lobster and we've got a crab. Well, I think a lobster is a little bit more friendlier than a crab. So I'm going to flip that one over and that's how that one's going to appear. So, I just decide which is the better side that I want on the left side. And then, so I'll go this way. And then up here, let's see which one I like better. It's much easier with something like this because it's a repetitive design. So you just basically, what do you like better? So this one on my right side has a little bit more objects than the one on the left side. So I'm going to have this one facing up and that one facing the other way. And then let's go over here. These are pretty much identical in the amount of designs. So it really doesn't matter. I'll just flip that over. This one's obvious because it's the same. And then this one here. I like this one better because I like the little starfish there. And then here. Okay, so once you have them all laid out, then you're going to want to adhere them down. So I would use liquid glue for this step. That way you can move them into place. And let's see, I'm going to try to use up what's left in this bottle, because I won't really need a lot of glue. So what I do is I start in the lower left corner and I add it to the basic weight, which is it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet. And I just add it so we've got an equal border on the left side and the bottom. And then what I'll do is I'll come over here and do the same. That way I'm starting about the right height up from the bottom. I'm just eyeballing this. If you want to get out a ruler and be like super spot on, then that's your choice. I don't do that. I don't have the time to bring out that ruler. So you want to try to get them as straight as possible. All right, so I've got that one down, and let me just finish up the right side here. Some of our designer series paper, there's lots and lots of designs, so you do have to go on the back side. And I will show you one of what I'm speaking of in the Timeless Plaid. All right, so I've got that row all done, and then I'm going to, since we only have 3 on each side, I like to kind of visually space these out equally, but not cutting off the top here, because this is all the information on the paper, where it came from, the name, where it came from, the colors in the item number, price, and what page it is on the catalog. So then I just work myself up towards the top. So I'll just work on one side and then go over to the right side. So it's basically about 1/2 inch, no more. Maybe it's like 3/8 of an inch. And then we'll just add this one. These are really fun to make. I really enjoy making them. And it helps me learn our papers, and which is very helpful for myself. All right, so there, whoops, I forgot that one. So let me get this one on first. I always start with the outside and work my way inside. Come on. So again, I'm going to raise it about 3/8 of an inch, knowing that, oops, I'm not cutting off that information at the top. And we'll just, and now my fingers are all glue. I might have to I've got some wipes right next to me. Let me just take a break and clean off my hands here. These are always on my desk. You never know when you're going to need them. I find the disinfectant wipes are better to use than like baby wipes, because you've got that little bit of alcohol in there, and you can always add rubbing alcohol to your fingers too, to get off the adhesive. All right, so hopefully that is all off, and we'll move over to this side here. So again, I'm going to work on the outside and come my way in. And if I have multiple designs that are very similar, meaning horizontal or vertical, like this one here is going vertical upwards. For me personally, I like my stripes to go horizontal, so I'm going to add it the way I like it, because on this side there's no right or wrong direction. And this one is the same thing, so we'll just, this one really doesn't matter as well. So we'll just put that right next to each other. And then the last one here, getting down to the last drops of this liquid glue. And then again, which way do I like it going? Because it's really doesn't matter. I like it going this way. Got that on there, and then let's finish up this one here. So I've got I don't know how many I have here. I think that there's at least 20 different sheets of designer paper series charts that you can make. Some of them are already made, some of them aren't. Okay, so we've got that all on there. The next up is to put the cardstock colors on. A lot of times we have more than 6, so you have to be strategic about it. I used I think a 1.5 inch circle punch for this one, because I knew I could fit 6 on here with that size. Sometimes I go down as far as a 1 inch circle punch to get, especially if there's like 10 different colors. You're going to want to make those circles a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to add the glue. Again, I work from the bottom up. And with 6, I go at an angle. And we'll just keep moving all the way up and hope that I have enough room. I try to put about 1/4 inch in between the circles too, just for a little bit of consistency. Looks like this one will be okay. Just barely though. This also helps you learn your colors as well. Okay, so that is all done. I've got it done for you. There might be a little bit of glue on here. I'm going to let this dry and I'll check it out later. But let me just grab my charts from over here. And so here's the one that is Timeless Plaid. And you can see with this one, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 plus white. So 15 circles here. This is the only way I could add them to the front. The designer series paper designs actually go on both sides because that's how many designs there are in this this pack. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 different designs in the Timeless Plaid. Also, what I do is I photocopy from the whatever catalog it's in, or if it's an online exclusive, I'll copy and paste the information from the website and onto like a Microsoft Word document. And I add these on so I remember what this paper goes with. A lot of times I don't use the paper that actually goes with a suite. I like to use it, like my card club this month is going to be using, let's see, what is the it's using Pattern of Friendship. So this is just a generic sentiment stamp. I like to use those because with card club, you try to make it as generic as possible because some people might not have a bundle, and I kind of gear mine more towards sentiments, but we're going to be using the Mixed Media Florals designer paper. I'm hoping to. I will check out this afternoon if it's still available. If it's not, or it's low inventory, I will probably choose something else that's not on low inventory. But right now, this is my plan. I love this paper. I'm going to be using this paper for my retreat as well. So I just had to. I have to work with something I really like. So again, that's kind of what the sampler charts look like. This is the floral and vellum, gingham vellum. There's not a lot of patterns, so that one was super easy. This one here, the Storybook Moments, that's like the plaid paper. It's like super crazy, a lot of information on there, but I was able to get it on there pretty well. This one here, Everyday Skies, that's how I had to set it up because again, and my squares are a little bit smaller, I believe. And then again, on the back side, I could not fit all of the patterns on there. So it's really fun. It's a challenge to put these all together. And I wish you luck. Now, how can you enter? I will be creating a Google link. I feel like that is the best way for me to take in entries, just because it's one place I have to look and I'll remember. So every time somebody votes, I get a little email as to, hey, Jill voted and you have a new response. So that just reminds me. And my deadline to enter, let's see, today's Wednesday. So let's do Sunday. That way on Monday on my live, I can announce the winner. How about that? Okay, so we are going to work with Hello Spring Paper Pumpkin. This is February 2025. So this is how they come. They come in a nice little box. They have a sheet of paper that is inside the cello shrink wrap, and it's got my address on it. So we will just open this up. As you can see, I don't even know what's in here. I haven't even looked. So I think if you're on my email list, you would have found out last night or maybe this morning when you read it that our cardstock pricing is going to be going up in price. So kits are another way you can work with and still make beautiful cards. Let me just move my camera a little bit closer here. And this box is really heavy, so let's see what's in it. I do know that next, this one you can order or register for Paper Pumpkin. It's going to include an extra bonus stamp set. So that's really cool. Petunia Pop, you'll get an ink spot. So I keep these and I give them away as prizes. So that will go in my stash. And let me go grab Petunia Pop, because I didn't know what color we would be using. So I've got Petunia Pop there. Here's the stamp set on it. Let's see what it says. My reading glasses on here. Sending Love is this one here. Let me take this off here. To a wonderful friend, for you. Hello, spring. Happy Easter. That's good. Thanks for helping me grow. Chives. And I think that's it. And you got some chives over here. And some little spotty things here. I don't know what those are. But these would make sentiments would make a really good craft fair, like tag, especially hello spring, for you. Thanks for helping me grow. There's lots of options with this. So another reason why I like Paper Pumpkin. So it does come in this little box. And last week I showed you how to decorate one of these boxes. So make sure you go and check that out. It's on a live. It was a 2-hour live. I think it was that one, or it was the one after. So we get this tissue paper. I use it. I recycle this. It's perfectly good. Once in a while I have a little rip in it, but I keep my tissue paper. And I just kind of fold it up. And I have a bag in my closet that I keep all my tissue paper in. So I like to recycle, reuse, because there's nothing wrong with this paper. Absolutely nothing. All right, so let's check and see what is in here. So let me I'm going to grab my piercing tool just to open this up, because we got more shrink wrap. And then there'll be less glare for you. Okay, so this kit has tear and tape, and not just a little bit. There's quite a bit on this roll. Let's take it out. A lot. Like, that is a lot. I don't think I've ever seen that much tear and tape on a roll in a Paper Pumpkin. So that's our adhesive. And then we've got some, looks like linen thread, which is really nice. I keep these tubes as well, because I will reuse those when I have like a ribbon share, or like in my card club, sometimes I send out ribbon, so I put them on a spool. Oh, these are really cool envelopes. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 beautiful envelopes. Basic beige and old olive, and maybe mossy meadow, I think. Oh my goodness, look at the size of this sheet of dimensionals. No joke. You guys, how big is this? Let me get my ruler. Where is my ruler? Here it is. It's the biggest sheet of dimensionals I've ever seen. It is 5.5 inches by 5 and like an 1/8. That's super cool. I won't lose these, that's for sure. And then it looks like we've got our card bases. So I am going to take my bone folder and just get these folded over. That way I've got more room on my work surface to lay out all this. I'm going to be making one of each today. And then on Monday, I will have some alternatives for you. Eventually, I'll be able to come on Fridays on a video when I don't need to go up to my parents' house to check on it. Every Friday, that's where I go. I drive up, drive back. Takes all day. It's like a 200-mile round trip. And we have a showing on the house. So your thoughts and prayers today would be really helpful, because somebody is going to be looking at the house at 3:30 today. I'll be in a meeting, so hopefully I get a positive response from my real estate agent. And then also we're having an open house on Sunday. Someone made an offer yesterday. It was ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what people are thinking these days. Like, the price of the house was, they offered, oh geez, a good $50,000 less. I've already dropped the house in price significantly. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. That's a joke, you know? And I mean, people want things for free. I'm not going to give a house away for free. And I feel like, you know, if you can't pay that price. I mean, it's not like we have it overpriced or anything. I just want to sell it. And some people, they just think they can offer that and be fine with it. That's not the worst offer we got, though. I think the worst offer we got was $150,000 less than their asking price. Like, honestly, that's such a joke. It's an embarrassment if you do that. I would never do that. Jeez Louise. I guess I'm an honest person. More honest than some people. All right, so we'll just move on to this card base here. This one's pretty. The speckles are gold foil, and basic beige is the color of the card base. These are pretty thick. Our basic white thick comes 24 to a pack. It's going to be reduced down, I believe, to 20. And the price is also going up as well. So I encourage you to order cardstock now before the May catalog, their annual catalog, comes live, because those are going to have the new prices. And another reason why you should join Stampin' Up! Is just for that. Like, they're going to increase the prices, but as a demonstrator, we already get 20 to 25% off. So that's a way you can also save on your paper crafting supplies. Everything, all prices are going up. The economy is not in a great situation right now. So again, recycle, reuse. I believe in that and wholeheartedly. It's just a crazy world we're living in right now. And I'm a little worried about my retirement. I'm already 3/4 the way retired, and I'm really trusting that my 401k is not going to dive bomb, because that is my retirement. Oh, I don't know, it's scary. It won't be a good month when I get my report, that's for sure. Unless something happens overnight. All right, we've got one more. Now, if you go to the online exclusives, you're going to see a stamp set. I think it's a bundle. I haven't familiarized myself with it, but it goes with this paper pumpkin. So check out the online exclusives. We just rolled out a bunch of new ones, a lot of new kits. And the kits are fabulous, you guys. Just so nice. Much nicer than they used to be. Let's put it that way. And everything's die cut for you. Another reason too. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, now are these, oh, we got some more of these. These are a little different. So right now I'm just kind of piling up all the die cuts so I don't even know what I'm going to be using on the cards. So I just need to get this sorted out first, and then I'll make one of each. All right, so that I think is all the die cuts. So we'll have to put these in piles now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 of these, and these are chives. So that matches the stamp that you get. So chives. And then we have basil. 1, 2, 3 basils. And then we've got mint. I love the smell of mint. 3 of those. We got some more chives. And I bet there's going to be 3 of these. And there is. And the stamp, it has the word chives on. Oh, is it stuck on there? Yes, it's all one stamp. So we've got the chives here, the stems, and the word chives. So that's nice. These are probably going to go together, so I'm going to put, they're shaped differently, so I'm going to put them together up there. Got some little banners, and then some bigger banners. And we got some more basic beige with the gold foiling on the edges. And I'm going to guess this is Bubble Bath. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Might be an extra in there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There is a lot in this one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, yep, 4 circles. And then all of these other die cuts. I'm going to put them way out of the picture here because we can easily lose them. Okay, and I've got all my card bases over here. My envelopes there. And we get this little chipboard. I always save that too. Here's a look at what the stamps are going to stamp for you. So it gives you a little bit better idea of what it's going to look like, because it's really hard to see just through those. And then we have our instruction sheet. So, do you hear my cat? Oh my goodness, she's going crazy. All right, so we've got 3 different designs, so I'll be making 1 of each, and hopefully I won't mess up. And then again, Monday I will come to you live with some alternatives. So on our instruction sheet, we have like 1, 2, and 3. And then on the back side is really helpful, and it tells you the pieces that go with each individual project. Okay, so let's look at number 1, and we need an envelope, of course. We need basil, and that's this one here. Can you hear my cat? She's like going crazy. And we need mint. And then the chives, which is this one right here, because remember there's 2 different ones. And then we need this little banner. We'll do some stamping. We need some linen thread, which I'll just use as I need it. Thanks for helping me grow is the sentiment. So I think that's all we need for this one. So I've got that one. Oh wait, we need the card base. So we'll put that one here. And then next up, number 2 is again an envelope. We need the large, looks like the largest crumb cake. I think it's, we're going to look at the colors so I make sure I get these right. On the back side, it tells you all the colors. So basic beige, bubble bath, lemon lime twist, Lost Lagoon, old olive, petunia pop, and bronze. So that's not gold, it's bronze. All right, so number 2, again, we have our envelope. We have the large banner, which is right here. The bubble bath banner is this one here, which has a cute little scallopy edge. And then we have, we don't need these. We'll save those for Monday. Then we need 1 of each of those little die cuts. So we have this one here. It's like a deck of cards here. I don't know my herbs, so this is hopefully will help me out. So we got 4 of those. And so we'll set that aside, and that one has the green, the old olive. This is really beautiful, you guys. It's beautifully stamped, or printed, we should say. And then the last one is a larger envelope. the blue, and more of the smaller banner. Old olive, little banner, a circle, and I think that's it. So I'm going to take all of these other things and set them aside. That way, at least the larger items, that way I have a little bit more room on my work surface here. Let us know, are you a Paper Pumpkin subscriber? As of, I think it's March 15th, paperpumpkin.com is going to be turned into stampinup.com. So you'll be able to order your Paper Pumpkin right directly from stampinup.com, which is going to be super helpful. All right, we're going to start with number 1. So that one is here. I think I'm organized enough where I can stamp. I'm going to have to probably go get Old Olive is my guess we'll have to stamp in, but we'll actually no, it's all going to be Petunia Pop. All right, so the instructions say, we'll go to page number 1 here, that we're going to be stamping the chives. Okay, so we need a block for the chives. I'm going to run over and grab my blocks. People ask me how I store my blocks. Well, I bought these little bins from Dollar Tree. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they were $1.25. So you honestly cannot go wrong with these bins. And they have all different kinds of bins. So I'm always looking when I go into my Dollar Tree, my local one, for these little bins. They didn't have any when I was in there on, let's see, Saturday. And I was in there on Monday as well. So they didn't have any, unfortunately. And they have a couple other items that I really want. But they were still unboxing. All right, so thanks for helping me grow is our sentiment. So let's find that one on here. It's this one right here. And I'm going to put that on, let's see, I'm going to put that on a C block. And I like to put my sentiments at an angle. That way, when I'm stamping, my eyes do not go to the edge of the block. It's going to go to the sentiment. All right, so I've got that one all set and ready to go. And then we need that little tiny chive flower. We do not have A blocks anymore, so your best choice, I think, is B block. And I think that's all. We're working with photopolymer, so we need some kind of squishy mat. So I'll pull in my mouse pad here. And we are going to be stamping right on the bubble bath banner. So we will take our ink. You don't necessarily have to use this sentiment. You can use a different one if you wanted to, because they would still fit. Even the Sending Love, it would be a little small. Hello Spring, like they would all fit. You could add some background stamping with the little dots or maybe the stems of the chives. That could also work as well. So we will stamp in Petunia Pop onto the bubble bath banner. And it looks like I just need to stamp right in the middle. And there you go. Easy. And since I'm going to be probably selling these cards, I would stamp on the back side with my Angel Policy stamp. But that one is packed up, so I will not do that step. But make sure you're adding the Angel Policy stamp, copyright stamp on the back side if you choose to sell your cards. I think that, oh no, wait, I got a stamp, Karen, duh. So it looks like, oh yeah, so we're just going to take this little tag here that is already partially stamped, and we're just going to stamp the little chive flower, and I don't know which direction this goes. So let me just flip this over and check it out. Or does it really matter? I don't know if it really matters too much. So they are suggesting it is like, I guess you would want to stamp it horizontally. And then they want you to stamp like right up here. And then they want us to stamp over here. It's funny because they don't have us attaching the flower to the stem. And the instruction sheet, that is really beautiful. Add some Wink Stella there and that's going to really sparkle. All right, that's super easy, isn't it, you guys? We can assemble the card now. So it looks like we will take, I'm just looking because that is a little odd because this one here doesn't have the stamp flowers on it. Well, we're just going to go for it. I know what the final project is going to look like, so I think we can handle that. So I've got my card base here, and then we've got the other two, so mint and basil. So the basil is going to go on top, and do they all have dimensionals on them? No. So the chives and the mint are adhered with the tear and tape. Okay, so we'll grab that tear and tape and we'll just, looks like we just add it right down the middle. And then when you're adding tear and tape, you want to just use your bone folder just to press it down so that you can see right here the end of that tape is not secured down. And there's a few bubbles over here. So if you don't smooth it out, it's going to be hard for you to take that backing off. And your adhesive will not stick to the paper. So we're just going to prep these and get these ready to be stuck down on the card. And then the basil says it needs 5 dimensionals. So we'll take that humongous, I hate to use it because it's so big, but we'll take these little dimensionals here. They're regular size, and it says to add 5. So we've got that on there, and press them down really good. Don't want them coming off the paper. And then we'll just take my piercing tool to remove those backings. It's super easy to do it that way. Just make sure you're not pushing too far deep. And that way, if you do, you'll get little pokey marks through the paper. So we're just now going to adhere these down. And they make sure your card's opening correctly. And that if you stamped on the back side, make sure it is on the back side. And we're just going to add this right up here. And then it asks to add the mint. And that just going to be overlapped just a little bit. And then you're going to add the basil. And that's going to get adhered kind of in the middle, right about here. I'm sure you can hear my cat. She's going to have to wait. And then we have the sentiment. So we need to add a little bit of glue here. It doesn't come with any glue. So what you can do is use some Seal or Seal Plus, or I use these mini glue dots from previous kits. And what I'll do is I'll add some right here in the middle, because that we need to have that linen thread on here. So I want to make sure it gets adhered on the back side. And then we need to grab 2 of those dimensionals to add to the back side here. And then we will remove this backing. And then I like to just use my piercing tool and just to remove those little back sides of the mini glue dots. A toothpick also works well. If you don't have a piercing tool, you must have a toothpick in your kitchen. I'll grab that one. Now I've got all these little backings everywhere. I'll give them to my cat to play with. She wants to go outside, that's the problem. And she's gonna have to wait. Although she doesn't know it's raining out. Okay, we're gonna go with some linen thread, and they're saying you need 12 inches. So with the side of your, oops, stuck that there. With the side of your instruction sheet, there is a ruler. So we'll grab the end and find 12 inches, and then we're just gonna cut it off. I like they tell us the size. And now she's playing with the stuff, you guys. That did the trick. All right, so they want you to create a bow, but I think I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to layer up this. And if it doesn't work, I can always take it apart. Oops, let me start over. So I like to grab the end and meet it over here and pinch it in the middle. And then I'm using my fingers to bring it back and forth. And then I'm going to pinch it right here. Find those mini glue dots and press this down. And then I'll flip it over. You can add another dimensional there if you want. Let me just do that. That way it's not gonna harm anything. It's gonna hold down that linen thread. And then we've got something that looks like this, and they want us to add it right here so that you can still see the word mint. Now that's interesting because I don't think we should have put a dimensional on this side, because now it's not at the same height, because we only have one dimensional over here, and we have actually two over here, one for the little banner and one for the stamped banner. So really it's not at the same height. So I don't know if that is worrisome or not. I don't think so. But just some observation, I guess. So that is done. There's no like embellishments whatsoever. So we have this one done, and it gets slid right into this envelope. Looks like it's an A4 card, the size. And there you have it. It would be really nice if they would have done this so that this was on the front of the envelope. All right, and then on the inside, you can design it however you wish. All right, so that is card number 1 for the paper pumpkin for February. And then let's move on to card number 2. And we have this pile up here. And we will be doing some stamping on that banner. So let's do that one first, for a wonderful friend. And that one is right here. Again, I'll probably use a C block. Again, I'm going to put this on diagonally. And my ink is right over here, buried by my mini glue dots. If you need to practice, well, you can practice on the back side. And And okay, so they want you to stamp it on the right side. See right here, they'll tell you. So not in the middle, not on the left side, but over here on the right side. And we've got To a Wonderful Friend. That's a nice font, by the way. I think I grabbed the wrong one. I'm not sure. All right, so we've got the larger die cut, 1 row of tear and tape. Again, take your bone folder and just rub that back and forth a few times so you can get that adhesive stuck on. And I'm going to give this to Fuzzy so she can play with it, keep her content. Actually, she looks like she left my room. And this one, we're making horizontal card. So the front and the back side. So what you want to be careful of is it's directional. So we want this side of the card front because then this is upside down. So this looks like it's just going to go on the middle here. And then over here, we're going to do the same thing with the linen thread, 12 inches again, a little bit of tear and tape, some adhesive, and then we've got some other items as well. So we'll grab those herbs. So I'm matching them up over here. Okay, that way I have them the correct way. All right, that one's over here, and then this one is here. So these two get the tape. And then this larger one, which is, looks like that, it's going to get 3 dimensionals. Press those down good. Let's take our bone folder to these two. And then finally, this one here, it's going to have 3 dimensionals. So 1, 2, and 3. Again, press those down. Now it looks like we're just going to be doing some layering. So I'm assuming that, let's flip them over now so we can see what they look like. This will go on last, and these two have the tape on them, so it doesn't matter which one goes on first or second. So I'm going to grab this one and going to angle it up so that piece is over the top a little bit. And then we've got this one here. And that one's going this way. And then this one is going to go over the edge here. And probably right about here is fine. We'll take this one. I love the colors in this one. And that's going to go over the edge. We'll fill in the gaps there. And then here, we'll add, I guess instead of glue dots, we could actually use the tear and tape. So this time, instead of the dimensionals, let's just add a little piece of tear and tape for the adhesive, or the glue dots, I mean. And again, we need 12 inches. I'm going to use this one that's 6 inches and 6 inches. And I'll take the end and just keep making it going back and forth here. Back and forth. And then add this to the middle. Oh my goodness, what's she doing? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait. We have one more card to make. If my door was like right around the corner, I would let her out, but I can't because I'm upstairs and she's down. The door is downstairs. Oh, I should have put this on first because look, it sneaks underneath. So let's see if I can take this off. They have the linen thread going to the other direction too. So I can just take that off and turn it, and it's going the other direction. So about 1/2 inch in from this edge. And that's not sticking, but that's okay. We're going to add the 2 dimensionals now. We don't want to add it in the middle because it's already popped up by the herbs down there. So by adding those 2 dimensionals on the ends, it's going to balance it out, or else it should somewhat. And now let's add this back on. So now we see a little bit of that bubble bath coming through. I like that. I've never done a sentiment like that. And we can see a little bit of that linen thread. All right, so that's card number 2. Really pretty, isn't it? And I would definitely hit that with Wink of Stella. And here's the envelope that it goes with. And then we have one more left. And it's got the blue. So we have, oh, I need another piece actually. I need the one that says chives on it. So we're going to do some stamping again, just like we did before. So we'll find that little flower and we're going to stamp it horizontally. So you don't want to go up with it because it's too skinny. So we're going to stamp it so that the image is horizontal. That is super cute. And then this one down here. Oh, another bird is back for spring. Cool. Just heard it. Oh, hello, spring. We got some more stamping to do. Grab the hello, spring. And I've got a bee block. I need to get some more bee blocks because I don't have too many of those. Hello, spring. I like that little font too. That's cute. And that gets 3 dimensionals. So you'll just take 3 of them and create some kind of triangle. All right, so we're building the focal point. So we have these 2 done, and then this one, and then we need this one and some linen thread. So it's portrait, although you could go horizontal on this one too. All right, so that's going to go right here. We'll add some tear and tape. There's plenty of tear and tape on this cardboard like circle thing that you'll have plenty left over, especially if you do alternatives and use Stampin' Seal. This goes right here, kind of in the middle. And then we'll take this one And we pop it up with 5 dimensionals. And we'll take these backings off. I'll look at comments later. I actually haven't even looked at anything yet. Just focusing on doing these correctly. And this is adhered, and you should pay attention to right here. See at the top here, it's up over probably about 1 inch, and it's just hanging over the bottom of that banner. And then we have, let's see, we need the green, this one here. So part of it is going to get tear and tape, and the other side is going to get a dimensional. It doesn't matter which side. And we also have to add that linen thread. And again, 12 inches. So I'll just use the edge here at 6 inches. So this is easy. 1 and 2. Same thing, we'll just grab the end and we'll create this little display, embellishment, or whatever you want to call it. And they want it going up this way. Okay, so I'm gonna move this over here. There we go. It's okay if you have an end there. If it really bothers you, then just kind of stick it underneath, or you can just simply cut it off. And this goes right about here. You just don't, oops, wait a minute. Oh shoot, I put the dimensional on the wrong side. Or no, I didn't. We're covering up the word barely. Let's see, because we don't want to cover up chives, but it looks like we are going to a little bit. So we're overhanging that basic beige banner by just a little bit, like 1/4 inch. And then we will grab our circle sentiment. And this gets added, let's see, right about here. You can still see the word chives. And we'll just put that right about here. There. That one's done. So if you choose to just do them all at the same time and keep them the same, and you don't want to make alternatives, what I would do is just do one card and finish that design and then move on to the next card as well. That way you're not like, you'll do it a lot faster and you're not having to rethink things out. So here is this one. I'm going to add some Wink of Stella though, because I think it's really pretty with it sparkling, especially with the little bronze on the label. So just dot the flower. That's all I would do. I wouldn't dot the greenery here. So that does sparkle. So that's cute. Hello, spring. Now you could take this same layout and create your own card just like this. Get a card base, make a die cut, 2 die cuts, a punch, a banner, do some stamping, and you have a really beautiful card. Let's grab the other one, To a Wonderful Friend. And for this one, I will just highlight like the middle of the foliage and the stems. Just like slightly brush stroking and like, I guess it's called pouncing with the Wink of Stella pen. Just a little bit of highlight of Wink of Stella. I would not highlight the green, just your focal point. And then our first card we made, I'll do the same thing. We'll just dot the chive flower. And then on this one, we'll just brush stroke the greenery. Don't go overboard with it, just light touches. And there you have it. So that is your paper pumpkin for February. And again, look at, I only used that many dimensionals for 3 cards. So I would probably end up with about all of this section extra that I could use on other projects. And this, I barely used any of this. And I guarantee you there's going to be plenty of linen thread too. So, excuse me, I love our kits because if you're just getting out into stamping, then they give you extra supplies that you can use on other projects. So it's very helpful that they do that. Stampin' Up! Does that. So there is your paper pumpkin. Let me just look at the comments to see if there's anything. I added 2 dimensionals on top of each other. Oh yeah, I thought of that too, Christina. I was always scared to let my cat outside. Luckily, he isn't going out. Oh, my cat definitely loves to go outside. But yeah, those are definitely pretty colored patterns. Yes, oh my gosh, listen to her. I really like the card base. Yes, it's very, very pretty. And my cat has got all dimensionals on her, and here she is. If you can see her, she's black and white, and she loves attention. She's probably like 13 years old. She came with us when we moved here. She was a barn cat. We used to live on a dairy farm, and she's gonna jump off. Maybe she'll lay right down here on the table. When we go to the vets, that's what she does. She lays, come here, kitty. Oh, no. She almost knocked my camera over. She just jumped down. All right, I gotta let her out. So I will see you guys on Monday. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. A nice weekend as well. And I'm gonna get wet because it's raining outside. But the snow is melting. So I hope you guys, again, have a great day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your support.